episode here on my channel. My name is ChaosMole, and today we are watching live the Outriders expansion reveal called Worldslayer. We know the name already, like it's Worldslayer. We don't really know what to expect though. And I'm also watching this live with my community, so if you're sometimes wondering who is he talking to, it's because I'm live streaming this. If you ever want to check us out, you can do so from Monday to Friday, starting at 9 AM ET, which is 2 PM UK time and 3 PM Central European time, over at trovo.live/ChaosMole, and you will find the link in the video description. So let's talk about Outriders. Outriders came out last year, and I enjoyed it. I think it was a pretty cool looter shooter. I definitely enjoyed it more than I enjoy most of the looter shooters. Borderlands is another looter shooter I really enjoy. Looter shooters, by the way, I do not enjoy is Destiny and Warframe, interestingly enough. Like, they are doing nothing to me. But yeah, I really enjoyed Outriders. Problem was, and let's be very reasonable here, Outriders had a lot of issues. And I'm not even talking about the technical issues they had for the first month or so, or 2 months, like it was really, really bad. I'm talking about gameplay issues. Now, if you've missed it, a few months ago, they actually released a huge balance patch, which added some new mechanics to the game, completely rebalanced a lot of the things in the game, like classes, abilities, weapons. And all in all, since that patch, Outriders became actually a good game. Now, what was missing was more endgame content. Like, the biggest problem Outriders had, in my opinion, was that they always said Outriders is not a live service game. This is a complete finished package, and they are treating it as such. This is why they are always didn't really patch the game too much, because for them, in their mind, they were finished. The problem with this was that it was a live service game. It was a live service game where the developer said, we don't see it as a live service game though, but all the things were there, all the good things and all the problematic things, like balance. Like, this game needed so much balance and so much changes, where people were just waiting desperately for it to happen. And they always said like, oh yeah, no, not a live service game. Like, we think it's in the position where it should be. And the community was just begging and waiting to finally get the patch, or any patch really, to work on this. And they had to wait, 6 months or so, because it was not a live service game, or not in the eyes of the developers. And so I'm really hoping with this new expansion, they will further work on the balance. They will add more endgame gameplay. Maybe we are seeing a new specialization / class. And also I hope for a bigger variety of weapons. That would also be pretty nice. So let's see what they have to offer, shall we? Let's do this. Let's have a look. Okay, that's quiet.
They asked you to help them. Why didn't you?
My war is with the worst of our kind.
Yeah, that was very disappointing.
I've heard such terrible things about you.
Oh, this is new.
How many of my people did you kill just to reach us?
Oh my. That reminds me a bit of Poison Ivy. I like it. That's actually a pretty cool logo style.
Well, hello there, people. My name is Lucy, and welcome back
Hi,
to
Lucy.
another Outriders broadcast. Today, I am very excited because we get to finally reveal to you Outriders Worldslayer. Now, we first teased the existence of Worldslayer back in November last year, where we also introduced the free New Horizons.
Yeah, that was the big
update,
update.
which saw us add a whole plethora of quality,
Which was really good. Like again, if you haven't checked that update out, it's worth it.
Ever since then, we have been hard at work on Outriders Worldslayer. But what exactly is it? Let's get to it, people. Today, I present to you Outriders Worldslayer, the reveal trailer.
Also, they reused a lot of the enemies all the time.
Two paths diverge before you, Outrider.
Oh?
One leads to a new beginning, and the other to pain.
Second, please? No, too kinky. I wonder if we ever get like melee weapons.
If we don't find a way to stop what's coming, there will be nowhere for us to hide.
You've been fighting for so long that you've lost sight of what is true. There is no saving humanity. Humanity is already dead.
Interesting. I already saw some interesting stuff there. Like that they changed from the minigun to the rocket launcher, which is not possible right now. Alright, she looks kinda cool. Oh damn. End of June.
We just had a glimpse into the story of Outriders
That's great.
Worldslayer, introducing new
I need
threats
some
like a
July
Rush
games.
the dark altered overlord of the insurgents. You want to know more, don't you?
No, not
Well,
about
we
the
won't
story.
leave you hanging there. In fact, I think I have just the right person for the job. Here is our resident expert on all things Worldslayer, Sven. Take it away.
I like Sven.
So you want to know what awaits you in Outriders Worldslayer? Think you're ready? Well, let me tell you, you are not. Here we go. Okay, you've beaten Outriders, called down the drop pods, and crushed every
Spoilers.
expedition to become supercharged demigods, roaming the battlefields of Enoch. But that doesn't mean your Outriders can kick back and relax just yet.
No, I didn't believe in it. But the anomaly, it's growing.
Oh, that's bad.
In Outriders Worldslayer, we see the anomaly has continued to evolve, rising to the challenge that you, the Outriders, have presented. Frost storms and blizzards now ravage the land at a speed that even Enoch's hyper-evolved monstrosities struggle to adapt to.
Huh. Oh, damn.
As if this wasn't bad enough, Ereshkigal, the commander of the human insurgent faction, has her own designs in mind for the future of humanity on Enoch.
It gets better every day.
I actually like that they're focusing on that a bit. Like they had some of those in the base game, but they were always dead super quickly. It's like, yeah, here's a new supervillain, and it's dead.
If you want humanity to survive this frozen onslaught, you will need to travel to some of the furthest reaches of Enoch. New lands, of course, also bring new horrors. And Outriders Worldslayer doesn't just introduce new enemy variants. It adds entirely new adversaries.
Good.
These all formulate a pretty scary gang of beasts and bosses, who are very eager to say hello. Unsure if your current gear will be good enough for these adventures? Yeah, well, it isn't. But not to worry. Outriders Worldslayer adds a bunch of new loot for you to hunt down.
Which makes sense.
Badass weaponry, as well as class-specific and
Interesting.
universal legendary armor sets.
Good.
More on that topic a bit later. For now, let's have a look at our biggest new features.
Oh, did I saw dual pistol
The
there?
packs drew strength from the anomaly in their own way. By exploring their past, you too will be able to.
Well, no, there
unlock
was actually dual
secondary
pistols in the
skill
base game.
which adds
That
2
was
more
just rare.
subclass branches for each of the original classes.
Oh.
Points for these new pack/class trees unlock after completing significant events in Outriders Worldslayer. But even a new skill tree won't be enough to reach the highest
That's
echelons
cool.
of difficulty. As an altered, you will still need to ascend. Ascension is the new long-term progression system introduced in Outriders Worldslayer.
Interesting.
Step by step, it will allow you to improve your endurance, your brutality, your prowess.
Oh, it's like the like an
itself.
endless
With up to
upgrade
200
system.
ascension points to unlock.
Yeah.
Continued ascension progress will be a constant companion in Outriders
Okay.
Worldslayer.
That's
Even
good.
Over hundreds of hours of play. Sound good? Of course it does, but we're not done yet. Outriders Worldslayer introduces Apocalypse tiers, which will be replacing challenge tiers, even when playing expeditions.
Oh,
Apocalypse tiers will be active across all Worldslayer content, and will go up to level 40. That means a new high level cap of level 75 gear 2. Speaking of gear, Apocalypse tiers also introduce Apocalypse gear.
damn.
The third mod slot will propel your gear to its most
What?
destructive form yet. And in combination with the many new
That's crazy.
and brutal mods coming with Worldslayer, well, let's just say you'll be able to bring some unseen crazy firepower to the table.
Man, that opens up so many crazy build paths.
Whew, that's already a lot to take in. Throughout the Outriders Worldslayer campaign, you'll already have your hands full of dealing with Ereshkigal and her minions. However, if you do manage to get past her, well, the true endgame still awaits.
I am curious what they're
The
doing there.
trial of Taria Kratar.
Okay.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves. That, my friends, is the tale for another spot.
Aww.
Now, you've seen just some of what Worldslayer has in store for you, and we are really excited for you to finally experience.
But that
the
sounds
next
already
step
really
of the
good. Like, it
Outriders
already
universe.
takes the existing
It brings a
features
brand new
and
campaign where you
evolves
go
them
toe-to-toe with the
and adds
powerful
more on top of
altered
it.
Ereshkigal. We're extending the world tier system, and these
Good.
are now called Apocalypse tiers and go all the way up to level 40. Here, you'll
More
find new
variety.
weapons and gear with a third mod slot, and we call this Apocalypse Gear. And there will be new mods for you to find and equip, such as Omen and Noxious Spawns. Happy hunting! You'll also be able to develop your power through the patch trees, which allow you to boost and further diversify all 4 of your classes.
They seem
And
kind of
if all
small.
that wasn't enough, the trial of Taria Gratar, our new end game, combined with the new Ascension system, will push even the most experienced.
So there's
Outriders
much more
to
to
their
do
limits
now,
and
which is good.
beyond. To close out today's show, we're going to bring on our community maestro, Robbie, to preemptively answer any of the burning questions we expect you to have.
I really
about
love how they are
Worldslayer.
doing those
Is he
broadcasts.
a cartoon or is he a real human? Who knows? But here he is.
Alright.
Thanks, Lucy, and hello, everyone.
Hey,
In
Robbie!
this community section, we're going to go over some of the final points in Worldslayer. So, without further delay, let's just jump right in. We've built Worldslayer for both existing players and new players alike. The original game, with all of our updates, improvements, and New Horizon content, is also included with Worldslayer.
Makes sense.
The new Worldslayer campaign picks up right after the end of the original. And if you want to, you'll be able to start Worldslayer with a completely fresh character. level 30.
Oh, that's
So you won't
cool.
be lagging behind your friends if you are a newbie and they're
Yeah, that's cool, man.
And don't fret about skipping ahead to Worldslayer, you'll be able to still progress through Worldslayer first and then jump back into the original game's content.
Oh, that's so
if
cool.
you're a complete newbie and you pick up Worldslayer, you'll have everything included.
Nice.
But what about existing players? Well, if you're a returning Outriders player, then firstly, welcome back. Secondly, we've got you covered too, with the Worldslayer upgrade option. If you
Okay.
buy the upgrade option on the same platform you purchased Outriders on, all Worldslayer content will be seamlessly integrated into your base game. Your characters and all your progress, armor, weaponry will be waiting
Makes
right
sense,
there
it's an
for you
expansion.
to face the new trials ahead. Of course, there will always be questions about the length of content, and Worldslayer was developed with having a long-term progression system in mind.
Which is good.
The main campaign in Worldslayer will get you back into the swing of things, but every true looter shooter fan knows it's the end game and the loot hunt where you'll be investing the lion's share of your Of course, throughout all of this, you'll be pushing your Apocalypse tiers as well as your Ascension tiers ever higher, keeping the game challenging whilst also min-maxing your characters to the nth degree. To that end, we expect the search for new legendary gear and sets, and especially the hunt for Apocalypse variants of said gear, to keep you very engaged for a
Man,
very
the
long
weapon
time.
design looks always so
and
amazing in
one
this
last
game.
thing before
I love
we
it.
go. We know the wait for the game is never fun, so if you pre-order either Worldslayer or the Worldslayer upgrade digitally, you will get 48 hours of early access to the new mysteries that await. We hope that
Not a
answers
fan.
a lot of your burning questions on Worldslayer. that you may
At
have.
least it's
Be
just
sure to
pre-order,
send
and it's
follow-up
not like
questions
you
to
have to buy the
official
digital
Outriders
deluxe
social channels,
edition.
and give us a follow for the latest news on
Right.
Outriders. We are so excited for you to all jump into Worldslayer on June 30th. Back to you, Lucy.
I have to say though,
Thank you, Robbie.
remembering the
Now, with
release of
release
Outriders,
Worldslayer coming at the end of June,
being able to play
pre-orders are
early
live now. And
doesn't
for
sound
new
as
newcomers,
enticing
if you pre-order
as it might
Outriders
look.
Worldslayer digitally, you will of course get access to Outriders the base game straight away. So
Which is
you
cool.
can start now and get ready for Worldslayer. Don't worry, June will be here quicker than you think. Time is flying.
yeah,
And that about summarizes
That's
it
pretty
for
close.
today's broadcast. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. It has been a pleasure as always. And do join
was.
us for the next broadcast where we deep dive into the brand new Worldslayer endgame, the Trial of Taya Gritta.
and we will also watch
Bye-bye for
that
now.
together. Yeah, that was good. Like, as I said before, like, I really enjoyed Outriders. I think there's a lot of good stuff here. It seems like they are taking a lot of the previous implemented features and just evolve them, upgrade them. And that's really all they have to do. Like, I think the features they had in Outriders were always good. They were just not as refined as some people would have liked them to be. And again, like, people have been waiting quite a bit for patches that this is happening. It never happened because, again, they don't see it as a live service game. And so we are getting those refinements. Well, we got actually quite a bit of upgrades with the Horizon update they made. But this looks good so far. Like, okay, new story. The end of Outriders really left me wanting, and not in this, like, oh my god, what a plot twist. I can't believe this. It was more this, wow, that's the ending. Okay, well, thanks for that, I guess. Right, so I'm actually kind of curious to see if they can do it a little bit better. But yeah, like, again, this looks pretty interesting and pretty enjoyable so far. Like, their broadcasts are always good. I said that, like, no matter how bad Outriders would be when it comes out, like, the broadcasts have been top notch. They're focusing on the important bits. They're showing gameplay. They are talking about it. They are not asking 20 developers what they think about it. They don't do, like, unnecessary interviews. They're going right to the point, and they're all giving you important infos in a really compact format. So always love those Outriders broadcasts. Will this translate in the expansion? I hope so. Like, I truly believe that after Outriders and the issues they had in the first half year of the game, they really, really got the hang of it. And learned what the community wants, what the players want, and what they can actually deliver to said community. So yeah, and it's coming out when? In about 2 months. Hey, it's a summer game. Like, even if the game is mediocre again, it doesn't have a lot of competition. Keep in mind that end of June and especially July is Death Valley in the gaming industry. Like, we normally don't get any games and you're just waiting and waiting and waiting. So even if like the new Worldslayer expansion is just mediocre, I will be happy with that, because we don't have normally anything in July. And even in June, we have mostly like E3 and all that stuff happening. So also not that many releases at the end of it. So yeah, sign me up for it. I'm looking forward to it. I have already put over 100 hours in Outriders. And if they are finally fixing the end game, well, they have fixed it already with the latest patch. But if they are adding more content to the end game, I'm here for it. Cool. Like, I would totally check it out. Yeah. Like, I'm already set for that. But with that said, folks, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did and you're on your way out, I would appreciate if you leave a like. If you are new to the channel, you want to see more reaction to trailers, gaming announcements, doing a lot of Lost Ark guides. I actually did some Outriders guides when it first came out. Also doing daily gaming news and also some Warhammer 40k content here and there. I would appreciate if you might consider to subscribe to the channel. And if you ever want to catch me live, I said it at the beginning, you can find me from Monday to Friday, starting at 9 AM ET, which is 2 PM UK time and 3 PM Central European time, over at trovo.live/ChaosMole. With that said, stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.